Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this quick video letting you know how you can get started with the new Los Santos Tuners update, showing an overview of how the car meet stuff works as well as the new auto shop, and kind of give you an overview so you know what to expect or have some unanswered questions finally answered. First up, when you launch into GTA Online after having downloaded the updates, you want to make your way on this place on the map where you'll be able to find the Los Santos car meet. After watching the cutscene, you'll be able to purchase a new property, which is the auto shop. More on that later. Customizing it and which location at the current time does not seem to be relevant at all. It's just going to be going down to personal preference. Personally, I think that La Mesa will probably be the best location considering of its location itself, and well, if you ever played Casino Heist, you know how good of a location La Mesa is. It's very close to all the highways, as well as a pretty nice and central location with not too many hassles in terms of corners that you might have to take. A full guide on the auto shop and the missions that are in there will be coming out later, so stay tuned to the channel for guides, which are essentially going to be kind of mini heist guides actually, considering what I've heard thus far. Personally haven't had an experience with them just yet, but they do seem very interesting, so again, stay tuned to the channel. For the LS car meet itself, there is actually a bunch of things that you can do in there. As announced prior to the release of the DLC, there is a brand new membership system too, similar to what you have inside of Arena War. The way to rank up in this is by doing races, as well as just hanging around in the LS car meet, customizing your car, or just doing stuff around the test track. Which, by the way, is a lot larger than I personally expected, which is a very nice thing. Inside of the test track, you have a couple of different options of things you can do. You can just simply decide to just drive around, or you can open up your interaction menu and then go to the LS Car Meet tab, where you'll be able to see a variety of options. One of them being a time trial, where you can just simply drive around and try to beat the time and try to beat your personal best. Also, something in there is a head-to-head, where you can just simply do a race against another player, which at the end of winning that, you'll also get, of course, a small reward, which is about $5,000. The track that I've played at least didn't seem too interesting, but it seems that there is actually multiple variations of it, which I personally have had yet to confirm, but it just seems to be something relatively quick to do for it to kind of test out your new car as well. And last but not least is the Scramble Game mode, which basically puts random checkpoints around the car testing track, where you will be able to just take whatever route you want to take as long as you hit those checkpoints. This can be played with up to 4 players as well, and it's arguably the most interesting mode inside of here, in my opinion. Again, genuinely surprised with how large the test track area is, because, well, I was personally expecting something much smaller and much simpler, so very satisfied with that for sure. Inside of the LS car meet, you can also purchase yourself some new clothing, which you can also then see that this ranking system is going to go all the way up until rank 1000. So for those people out there who want to get themselves all the new unlocks, which are mostly locked up until rank 200 in terms of car parts and that sort of stuff, potentially higher judging by the new vehicles that are going to come out too, more information and all the jazz will be coming out later as soon as that is available too. Inside of the LS car meet area itself, you can also decide to go to the clothing shop, where you can also see some of the new unlocks you can get through the new membership tiers as well. Again, this only costs you $50,000, but it will probably be a pretty big grind, but it's something new to go for those who are looking for a new goal to chase. Again, guide to see how fast you can rank up and all the good stuff will be coming out later, and I'm still working on that even with some other fine folks within my community. So again, stay tuned to the channel. As for the car auto shop itself, this is a purchasable property that you can do as soon as you've been to the Los Santos car meet, like mentioned before. When you head there, of course, there will be another cutscene played, and you'll be tasked to do the introductionary mission, and from there, you will be able to do essentially 3 mini heists. I haven't really had a chance to play those myself, but that's basically how you get started with that, and from there, you can essentially play all the new missions. And last but not least, inside of the LS car meet, you can also go to the auto shop with your personal vehicle. As long as they're one of the newer cars, you're able to equip them with low traction tires. These are essentially drift tires, and you'll be able to just either drift around the new testing track, as well as just simply inside of the city itself if you wish to do so. So go out there and start making those sick drifting montages if you want to do so. And before you ask, unfortunately, the older cars in the game, like the Drift Tampa and those sort turbo vehicles are unfortunately not able to get these drift tires. They are only available on the new cars that have been released today and likely are going to be released in the next 7 weeks. And another neat little feature as well that you can do with your brand new car is by going into the interaction menu and then stance it. Make sure that when you select the stance that you want to have, either the default one or the lowered one, and then confirm it with either your Enter, A or X button on your respective consoles. That way, for what I can tell, you can drift even better and even longer if you want to get your true drift on. Obviously, I'm not a drifting expert because I'm just some kind of pleb who likes traction over oversteer. And that really kind of only scratches the surface for what I've seen so far of what is a much larger update than I initially expected. Very excited to dive deeper into the DLC, and if you want to do the same thing, then make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. And if you really do like what you see on the channel, consider becoming a member, like Chloe, Roberts, Fire, Captain Price, Shakulu, and Dr. Strangelove. Join them and all the other fellow members by clicking the join button down below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.